User testing is an amazing platform. You can do all kinds of analysis inside of it. You can make highlight reels, clips, share videos, have a great metrics tab, massage the metrics tab, make a summary report. But there are times when you want to get data out of user testing. And so today I'm going to focus on all the different ways you can get different bits of data and assets out of the user testing platform. I'm starting off right here on my list of tests. Let's say that I want to get full information about a test out of the platform. There is one way to do this, a method I should say, and that is the export to Excel method. When you export to Excel, you are going to get an Excel spreadsheet with multiple tabs in it, a tab with all of the data about your participants and the full transcript broken down by task. You will also get the metrics tab, assuming that it's an unmoderated study. You will get your metrics tab, and that will include all of the tasks, time on task, answers given to survey style questions, etc. You will also get a clips tab and a notes tab, which will include notes and clips that you've created in your study, along with links to various clips that will just play them for you. I'm going to show you how to do that. There's actually two methods to export to Excel, and I'm going to show you them both. The first is right here. When we're looking at our list of studies, you have these three dots over on the side. And if I click on these three dots, you're going to see there's an option to export to Excel. The other way to do it is when you're looking at the study itself on any one of these tabs, you're going to see this Actions button. And when you click on the Actions button, you will have Export to Excel up here as well. I'm going to go ahead and click it so you can see exactly what it does and how fast it is to get your data from Excel and then what data is actually included. You get this little pop-up that's telling you, let me know when the file is ready. It does have to do a little bit of preparation. Usually only takes a few seconds for that to actually finish. If you wanted to, you can actually just request an email notification to tell you when the file is ready. And there you go. You can see it's all done. I'm going to download the file. And the file is up here. I'm going to click it. And you can see now that I'm on my file. I've got all my data. My participant data is here. And scroll down, a little frozen panes here. You just have to unfreeze that if you want to change the view a little bit. And you got all your transcription down here. So full data on the session details tab. You go over to metrics. Now you've got all of your tasks along with your usernames, the metric output, time on task, clicks, pages, unique pages, etc. Any clips that have been made, along with any hashtags that you put on the individual clips, the sentiment analysis, whether or not they were tagged important enough to be included in your summary report, and then any notes. I take all my notes in the form of clips, so this notes tab is actually empty. Going back into the platform now, here we are, and you can see all of the individual contributors, the video playback options, everything is here. There's one extra Excel related option that I do want to show. It's not the export everything to Excel option, but it's actually a smaller version of export to Excel. That's why I didn't include it in I said there was only two methods, even though this is technically a third. Over here next to any session that you have, you can actually click the Actions option and you can actually say Export to Excel. Now this will only export the Excel data related to this particular contributor. So just know if you only want the data for one person, there is an option. Personally, I don't know why you'd ever download just one person instead of all of them. I would just download the whole study so you have everything, but you can just download an individual contributor. But the main thing I wanted to show you today was this one. In the Sessions tab, we're talking about the videos and how can we download our videos. Well, right here, you can actually see you do have the option to download the individual video for a particular session. There is an extra way to download the videos though, and this is going to be super critical if your study includes contributor view. And I believe in this case, these videos do not contain contributor view, but this is very important. So if you download video from here, it will download the screen share portion of the video. Whatever was on the person's screen, that is what will be downloaded if you download the overall session. But we're going to go into the video and I'm going to show you another method, which is actually required if you want to download both the contributor view, which is the view of the person's face as they're giving you feedback, as well as the video itself. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to click play on this first video. And now that that's loaded, you can see some options down here at the bottom. And this option right here is for downloading the video. So if you use the download option within the video, that will get you both video streams, the camera of the person's face, as well as the video itself. If you download them just from the session tab, you will get only the video of the screen. So just be aware, there's two ways to download videos, and one of them is for just the screen share, and one is for both video streams if you're doing contributor view. I've switched over to another video to play that has a lot more clips on it, just so I can show you a little bit more about when you want to just download a clip. Of course, we want to put clips in our highlight reels and so on. But today we're talking about getting data out of user testing and not just creating new things or sharing it per se. We're talking about getting the data out. So I can go over to any one of these clips and I can click here and I see I do have the download button. And just like before, you do have this great option because downloading large videos can take time. So I can just say, let me know when this is ready. And it will shoot me an email to let me know that actually, it's ready now. So that was really fast. I didn't expect it to be so quick, but I can just download that clip. Anytime you download a clip, you will receive an MP4 file. That is the format for user testing downloads, so you can have that at any time. So let's go back to the study overview, and I'm going to show you another way that you can export data from user testing. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the Summary tab, this is the default reporting template that user testing has created for you to very quickly be able to build a report and then export that report so that you can share it with others for easy reviewing of your study. Let's click on the Summary tab and I'll show you all about it. This is the Summary tab. You can see here there are some things up at the top. These are all edited by me. I've entered this data into the Summary template. Everything down below next steps is automatically created by user testing. So an aggregation of the contributors, the tags that were used on all the clips in the study, and then any clips that were marked important have all been automatically added here in either positive, negative, or neutral feedback. You'll notice at the very top, you have an option to download a PDF. This happens very quickly, and you'll have a beautiful, clean report that you can share with anyone that you want to give a glimpse into your study, as well as giving them links to watch the key videos that were deemed important for this study. So let's click Download PDF. You can see here, the report is created very quickly. And as I scroll down, you've got all the elements here. You've got all the aggregated data here, and then you have all those clips, and you can see that any one of these I can click on and play any one of these clips, or I can play an instant highlight reel, basically all the negative or all the positive or the neutral clips in sequence on this report. But for now, let's go right back to the study overview, and I'll show you another method to export your data. We're back on the Summary tab. We're not in the report anymore. Let's jump over to the Metrics tab. I'm going to show you how to work with that. We're here on the Metrics tab, and you will recall, hopefully, that this is where all the visual output from your tasks goes. So every question that you have in your unmoderated test plan will appear in an output form here on the Metrics tab. You have your Instant Insights panels overview for the study. You've got your rating scale questions. You've got your AI task summary that goes with this task here. Coming down, you have another AI task summary that goes with a verbal question here, and you've got your keyword map. All great visualizations. But user testing does not natively allow you to create a PDF out of this Metrics tab, nor are the individual visualizations per se exportable. But if you want the visualizations, of course, you can always screen grab it, copy, paste it somewhere else. But there is a method that I like to use, and it requires a third-party extension for your browser. Now, there is no partnership with this extension in user testing. This is not endorsed by user testing. This is what I use, and this is what I recommend personally. It's been very helpful to me. It is a browser extension called GoFullPage, and you should be able to see it up in the upper right of my browser, this little camera icon. It's possible that I'm covering that with my face, so I'm going to just minimize myself for a moment. You can see up here is the GoFullPage full screen capture, and it will create a PDF of whatever is on the screen, not the way the page was loaded. A lot of PDF generators, even when you print a PDF, it will print the page as it originally loaded. This will show you the page, how you set it up when you printed it. So when you created that PDF. So what I mean by that is if I scroll down here, you're going to see options like the interactive path flow. Now, let's say for the interactive path flow, I really want to highlight a particular experience, or I want to highlight the sentiment or the intent view. All I have to do is open up the sentiment view. I can click on a particular page, and now I can see that I've got a couple of negative comments on this page, and I'm going to just maybe leave it like that. I'm going to come down to one of my keyword maps, and I'm going to click on the word confusing, and I'm just going to open up the full transcript here. And maybe another keyword map, I'm going to do the same. I'll click on frustrating, and I'll open up the full transcript for everybody. What I am going to do now is I'm going to click the Go Full Page button, and you're going to see the browser extension in action. So you can see it has gone ahead and created a full-length PDF. You can actually see, I'm not going to zoom it up, but you can see that the interactive path flow is still on sentiment. It's open. It shows the negative and positive comment here along with the screenshot. My individual keyword maps are also both opened, and you can see the full transcript there. So you've got a great PDF that you can then share that is representative of the entire metrics tab. Again, GoFullPage is not a partner of UserTesting, but I think it's a great browser extension, and it works perfectly in this case. Let us jump back over to the metrics tab. And there's a couple other things that I do need to show you about exporting data or getting data out of UserTesting. And this one is all about the AI task summaries. So the AI task summaries do have unique export functions that allow you to get some of that data out very easily. This is the AI task summary for the actual task in this particular study of finding a promotion on a rental car. Now you can see I've got all kinds of great insights here. Contributors navigated through the Hertz website, clicking on various links and scrolling through pages. They added a discount and then canceled the action. So there's all kinds of great data here. If I click the copy overview button, I will actually get a bulleted list of these particular items. So let's go ahead and let me show that real quick. So there you go. You can see it shows me it was task 2, and it gives me all this content right here. This is a Word document. You can paste it anywhere you like into a presentation, etc. But it was all very easily cut and pasted, just copied, boom, threw it in here into my report. If I switch over to the contributor summary, there is all this great data on a user by user basis. And this is going to have all my users and all of the activities that they did inside this particular task. And you'll notice here there's an option that says share contributor summaries. There's an option to copy all past summaries. That's going to work very similar to when I copied the overview. Let's just do that. Now I'm going to paste all that detail right here, just underneath my overall summary. You can see here's for one participant, but as I scroll up, here's all the interaction activities for all of the participants. So it's organized by participant, and you can see that all there. So another great way to export if you want to manually copy it and work with it. But there is this option to export to CSV, and this is actually going to make it much easier to work with in a spreadsheet type document. I downloaded the summaries as a CSV. I clicked on it. It's open here in Excel, and you can see, much like the export to Excel overview, everything is organized by contributor across the top. This is the task, and all of the information is here and organized for you in columns. You can manipulate this any way you choose, but you've got the data all exported into the CSV for working with how you choose. I don't think I missed anything, but that does it for the unmoderated test types. Moderated test types are going to be just the same, except for the fact that there is no metrics tab. You are going to be able to export to Excel, get your transcripts, have your videos, export your videos. All of that is exactly the same for moderated tests as it is for unmoderated, but you don't have a metrics tab. So there's a lot of other methods that I showed about the metrics tab, the AI task summaries, which does not exist for the moderated test videos. But there are a few other things that you might want to export from user testing. So I'm going to show those now, and I'm going to start with highlight reels. This is a list of highlight reels that are all related to Hertz, and you can see right here is the highlight reel that is related to that study that we were just looking at. Always look to the three dots on the right side. When I click those, you're going to see an option for download. This is actually different than the other video types because this is a combination of videos, not just a single video. Even though it's a highlight reel, it actually does contain a bunch of different clips that are normally played in sequence when you view the video on the user testing platform. When you download it, it has to stitch all that together, and there's going to be an option for you to choose. Let's click download. Now you can see that the screen looks pretty similar to the other video options. You have a request download button, you have a cancel button, but you also have this note that says, include the summary before each clip. As you recall, when you make a clip, there's an option for a description of what's going on in that clip, add hashtags, etc. Now, if you'd like, you can click this option, and that will take that summary and put it on screen for a few seconds before it shows the clip. So if you want to introduce people to what they're about to see before they see it, you can click this. Otherwise, you can leave it blank and just let your highlight reel play through and let it tell a nice, seamless story, and then talk about it with your audience. But you just click request download, and now you're seeing here, it says your download's been received. Watch for an email to come later. Because this has got a little bit of work to do, a little bit of stitching, it's just telling you you're going to get an email that's going to tell you to come back and you can download your video. It's ready. Processing is done. With highlight reels, that's really it. It's really just the decision to download a highlight reel and then what method you want. Do you want the summaries to appear before the video or not? So that's the only decision, but that's how highlight reels work. Let's jump over to our other study type now. I did unmoderated, then I showed you the highlight reel related to that unmoderated. But what about surveys? Let's jump over to one of our surveys and see the options we have there. You're now looking at the results tab from a survey. This is a demo survey that I use every time I make a video about surveys. I use this demo survey that I ran, but we're looking at the results here. And you'll recall the results has everything about your audience. You've got your output of your questions. Down here, you've got your AI themes, which are awesome. And you have anything else that you had as part of the questionnaire. The output is going to be on this results tab. At the very top, I'm going to have to shrink myself again because I think that I'm covering up the option. I'm going to just disappear and show you that you have this export option. This is going to be the export option for whatever filter you have set. Now, currently, I don't have any filter applied. I'm looking at all 20 of the respondents. But if I was to have a filter set, I could export just the data for the selected filter, as you see on the screen. We're going to go ahead and click on our download option here, and it's going to export the data for the selected filter as shown on the screen. You see it's preparing our download, and now the download is available. I'm not going to go into every single downloaded file just because you've seen an Excel file twice already, so why waste more time showing more Excel files? We're going to come down, and you probably glanced this already as I scroll down. You may have noticed that on the individual questions as well, there is an option to export there too. You can see here, there are options to export the chart in various formats as well as the data. So you can copy the data and we can go paste that into an Excel document if we want to, or we can get the chart as a JPEG, a PNG, or a PDF. So I'll click JPEG. And you can see there it is right here. So I click on that. Now I have my chart. So we can include that anywhere as an image, but we have a great visual that we can share. It's not that different from just screen grabbing it, but if you want a little easier, if you're not familiar with screen grabbing, you want to have an option to export the image, you have that right there. And you can see I created a new sheet in this other Excel file that was open just to show you what this all would look like if we just copied the data and we pasted it. You saw I copied the data a second ago, and here I've pasted it into this Excel sheet, and that is the data for that particular question. So we've seen the ability to export the data as well as export the chart itself in image format. When I scroll down to one of my questions, that was a written question in the survey. I do have my AI themes here. Again, you do have another export option. We can export either our themes or our responses, the actual individual responses, or the aggregated themes. Again, it's the copy data option. If I were to copy the data here or copy the data here, you will see when I go over to Excel, I've got my theme data here, how many mentions of each theme, and I actually have already done this, but I have all of my individual participant responses are here. And that's going to do it. That's basically how you export all the different data types, all the different elements, the videos, the metric output, your PDF, your data in Excel, your AI task summaries, your themes, your survey content, all the different kinds of elements that are there, even how to download a highlight reel so that you have that stored with potentially the summaries as title cards. If you ever need to get data out of user testing, I don't think you're going to need any more information than I've provided here. I've pretty much covered all of it. I know I didn't show a moderated study, but it is identical to an unmoderated study in terms of how you're going to export that data. So you should have no trouble whatsoever. That's going to be it for now, but don't worry, I'll be back again soon. Until then, I will see you later.